Welcome to episode 3 of the Game Caddie tutorials. I'm Scott Moeller, and this is the first of 3 short videos on aiming. In this one, I'll be demonstrating how to use the WI shot planner to determine where you want to aim. The assumption is that you have already viewed the other videos in this series and taken the in-game tutorial discussed in the last episode, episode 2. Okay, so we've got Paul Casey on the tee, and we're going to be playing hole number 3 at Magnolia, which is a short par 4. The pin location is number 3, and that is at 345 yards left 5. So we want to go ahead and use our aiming tool down here to figure out where we're going to aim in concert with the WI shot planner up here. All right, so let's start with the WI shot planner and take a look at the information that it's telling us. First of all, it's telling us that we're on the tee, which we know. If we were not on the tee, let's say we were somewhere out on the course, we'd either see a good angle or short-sighted in this box right here. We're at 345 yards for our carry objective, which basically is just saying that in order to hit the ball in flight to the pin center line, you'd need to hit that ball 345 yards. The other information down here in these boxes, fairway roll of 10, green roll of 5, is because on this particular day we've got dry course conditions, which automatically adds 10 yards to any ball that lands in the fairway and 5 yards to any shot that lands in the green. Now, where does this 10 come from for the right CL? Well, I've already gone ahead and set up this shot with the wind conditions, and we've got a crosswind right of 10. It is a steady wind, which is good. That means we can plan for it when we're trying to figure out where we want to aim. If we didn't have that, and let's say instead we had to do a second roll to determine the wind, then we would have a red question mark in this box here indicating some uncertainty about the effect that the wind is likely to have on this shot. And by the same token, if we weren't on the tee and we were, let's say, out somewhere in the rough or in a bunker, then we might have a poor lie, and if we did, there would be a red question mark here telling us that there's going to be some things that we just can't plan for in advance. But right now we know that if we hit a perfectly straight shot with the current wind conditions of 10 to the right, okay, that our shot is going to land 10 yards to the right of the center line, okay? And that's not on this particular hole such a bad thing necessarily, but if we look at the course itself and we see that Paul has an average W of 4, which means he's likely to hit a shot that carries 265 yards or so forth, you can see that that's just enough to get past those trees on the right. But if he comes up a little bit short, or if the ball goes too far to the right, he could end up in those trees and have a lie we don't really want to have, like he could be, stymied or under a tree. Okay, so we want to compensate a little bit and hit the ball a little bit more to the left. Now, in doing that, we may take away the possibility that he could have a good angle for his second shot, his approach shot, but in this case, that may be worth the risk. All right, so let's say we want to cancel out the effect of this 10 right wind that we see here and here, and we put a 10 in the aim left box. Well, it does just that. It cancels it out. It now says that if the ball gets hit with absolutely no right-left deviation, it's going to land right on the center line. We know that that's not possible using a driver because every shot outcome with a driver does have some right or left deviation, but it puts us in a little bit better position. Now, if we were to say, well, let's aim, 15 yards to the left so that we make sure we have a better chance of avoiding those trees on the right. Well, we can do that. And when you do that, though, watch what happens up here to the WI shot planner. Okay, so you're penalized in essence 5 yards because you're aiming 15 yards or more in a particular direction, in this case to the left. And for every 15 yards you aim in a particular direction, you get penalized 5 yards of distance. And so this 345 now changed to a 350. Now, Casey isn't likely to drive the green with an average W of 4. He could, he has some, 31s on his card, which would make that possible. But, those are less likely than a shot that's going to come up short of the green. Now, we're going to make a decision here to try to get as much carry as we can. So we're going to back this down again to a 10 to get rid of that 5 yard flight adjustment penalty, and because we want to be able to get that ball to carry as far as possible to get past that outcropping of trees on the right side of the fairway there. So let's go see how our strategy worked out. It may or may not go the way as planned, but we're going to hit the driver shot. We're going to roll the dice here, and we got a 63, and sure enough, Casey got a 32 on this one. So he hammered this ball. We'll click on 32 down here. We'll transfer the shot. Notice that the carry is 285 yards in the air, okay? But the ball goes to the right 20 and then rolls 40 if it lands in the fairway for a total of 325 yards. But that's not going to happen because of the wind and the aiming adjustment that we made. But we'll go ahead and we'll transfer that shot. You can see the same information that I just stated shown right here. But if we look at where the ball actually ended up, we see that it carried 285. That's what we had planned for. Okay, we didn't want to hurt ourselves by cutting our carry objective. So it went 285 and it goes right 20. Which is 10 less than what it would have if we hadn't aimed. So 285 right 20 puts us at, looks like intermediate rough. So we're going to add the full roll to that, which is 50 yards. We get the extra bonus here from the fairway roll of 10, put in a 50, and that puts us at 335 right 20, which actually is now on the fairway just short of the green, and we are going to end up with a good angle. As we update and record this in the notes, we now have a good angle for our approach shot. You'll notice that all this information has cleared out of the WI shot planner in preparation for our second shot, and that's because we're now within 100 yards of the pin, and we would then come over here to the approach caddy to plan our second shot. We'll cover that in a separate video, but that's how the WI shot planner works in combination with the aiming tool. Hope you found this helpful, and in the next video we'll cover more about aiming. Until next time, grip it and rip it.